Hello and welcome to another Demon212 Wii U review. Today, though to be fair, it's a Wii U add-on review, which is my first one of those, because I'm going to be taking a look at new Super Luigi U. They've dropped the Bros, it's now just Luigi, he's running the show, which for anyone who's watched my videos before will know that's fine by me, because I've always hated Mario and always loved Luigi. I think he is the vastly superior brother. And I kind of got proof with this DLC, because as well as this DLC just being, I think, a better game, because it's harder and it breathes life into the old game and just makes it a complete setup rather than a little one. And don't get me wrong, it was always a complete setup, it was always a fantastic Mario game. I liked it a hell of a lot, but I think this really does lift it to a new level and just makes it amazing. But for those who've played it, and I apologise, I should probably mention this is a spoiler coming up, Princess Peach gets kidnapped. I know it's an absolute, it's one of those things that you just don't see it coming in a million years. But when Mario was playing the game and the princess was kidnapped, Luigi was sitting right beside him, and you could play as Luigi as player 2 and he would help out and he would do whatever it took. In New Super Luigi U, Princess gets kidnapped, no Mario to be seen anywhere. So pretty much everything bad that I've said about Mario in favour of Luigi has kind of been proven here. Because Luigi really is the better brother, I think. And anyone who disagrees, well, I'm sorry, I think you need to play this and you need to watch that cutscene over and over again. Because you'll see Nabbit, yeah, the little purple guy, he'll appear. He's only been in one game so far, if memory serves, and he'll appear, he'll help Luigi out, a couple of Toads will help him out, but Mario's nowhere to be seen. And it's, well, I'd say it's a shame, but quite frankly, I think a lot of Luigi fans out there really expected this sort of stuff from Mario. So, complete and utter bonkers silliness aside, what is the DLC for those who don't know? It is the same world hub as the first, I suppose, game is probably the way to put it. The first part of the game where you play as Mario, except all of the levels are totally different. They're done in a similar style, so it's like if it was a level that was covered in ice before, I'm pretty sure it's a level that's covered in ice again. The only difference is that everything else is different. The platforms are in a different place, the coins are in a different place. You've got a much smaller time limit because it's designed for a fast burst of hard gameplay rather than something that's easy and a bit more relaxing. And it's just one of those things, I suppose, that the DLC itself is fantastic. It's a little annoying that Europe, as always, gets ripped off because the Americans get it for $20. I see Americas, I mean obviously North America, I'm pretty sure Canada gets it for 20 Canadian dollars too, or maybe 25 Canadian dollars to make up the price difference between the two dollar types, whereas in Europe and the UK and that, we're paying a hell of a lot more. I think our price works out essentially to the $30 US mark, which as always is expected because we always get ripped off, and it's a bit of a shame, but it's a fantastic DLC that I don't mind paying for. I honestly can't say it's the best value DLC I've ever paid for, because anyone who's played something like Borderlands and that, I mean the Borderlands 2 Season Pass cost me £24 because I bought it when it was overpriced. Because it wasn't supposed to be that much, it was supposed to be 20, and even paying £4 more than well, not everyone else, a lot of other people, I still cannot at all complain with the amount of content that you get for it. Whereas with this, you do get every level again, and it's harder and it adds a lot more lifespan to it, and considering the price of the original game, it's probably well priced. But compared to other things like season passes, which just add vastly more content, it is again a little bit worrying, I suppose, with Nintendo's price setting, because I mean Fire Emblem, which I've just got on the 3DS, I've so far paid about £30 in DLC, and I'm pretty sure there's more packs to come out over here. So overall, I'll have actually paid more in cost of DLC than the cost of the actual Fire Emblem game. As you might notice, Luigi is, well, I suppose I should say I'm playing very badly, but Luigi is totally different to how Mario plays, and how Luigi plays himself in the actual main game as well. He's pretty much got all of the Luigi characteristics back, except he's now also got almost like a Yoshi-like flutter jump. Because if once you jump, you push the button again, you'll notice that I'll try and set it up here. So this regular jump. this jump where I'm holding the button down. See the difference? Pretty damn huge. And it therefore means that you've got a new character to get used to. You can't just run through the levels the way that you would with Mario, and it's what makes it even harder with the time limit and that, because you've got to get used to him hard and fast at the start of the game. After a few levels you will get used to him, you'll know his quirks and what you can do differently and can't do, and it just works really well. It's a nice learning curve, I suppose. But there's not really much else I can actually see here other than show something, I suppose. If anyone who watched my original review remembers, I complained that you can only play the game with a gamepad and a Wii remote. Where the hell was the Pro Controller support? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people have bought Pro Controllers. Since doing that review and doing this review, this now works. So I'm really happy that I can now play the Luigi DLC with the Pro Controller the way that I wanted to play the original game with the Pro Controller, and it also means that once I'm done with the Luigi DLC, I've probably waited long enough to go back to the Mario game to just play that all again, but with the Pro Controller, to see if I really do notice the difference like I thought I would. Which, to be fair, I kind of already have done, because I just think it's lighter than the gamepad, it's got the same awesome controls and responsiveness, and you don't have to do any motion stuff because you've got enough buttons now. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about the DLC. Obviously, I've already mentioned that graphically the game is good because it's the same engine, it's the same game, and musically and all that, nothing's different. So, I suppose all I can say is, for £18, which is the UK price, I don't know if it's ever going to go any cheaper, but you are getting an awful lot of content. You're getting the same game again, so if you enjoyed it the first time, you'll hopefully enjoy it the second time, because it's totally different. It's all of the layouts, just everything about it. And if you've got someone in your party who is really, really bad at games, so much to the point that they literally can't do anything, then this is definitely the gameplay for you, because while it's a lot harder, Nabbit, the character that I mentioned, the little purple guy with a sack, he's completely invulnerable. He can, as far as I'm aware, run through enemies and not get hurt. The only thing that kills him is falling down holes and that. Basically, I suppose that mode is made for the 1-year-old who just wants to feel a part of the family, even though at that age they don't really know what's going on around them, I suppose. That's the only reason I can assume that Nabbit exists for, because if you really are that bad at games, then I think games clearly aren't working out for you. I learned a long time ago that I shouldn't apply to be in the NBA because I'm terrible at basketball, and I think a lot of people need to realise that the same is true with games. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.